but that was the whole game. You know, that would have been badass. With basically the same. Oh my god, fuck off, Charmy. These are like the worst. He's like the worst partner character in this game.
Chaos Emerald that's in this forest.
God, his 4 kids. Every voice Charmy has ever had. In any of them. The Adventure era, the 4 kids voices, the Funimation voices, like just it all fucking
some
sucks.
sort of key. This yellow drainage looks toxic.
These little flying saucers here handle fucking terribly, like every vehicle in this game. The only vehicle in this that handles worth a damn is like the walker mech thing. And that thing moves at like 5 miles an hour. So the only reason it probably handles decently is because of how goddamn slow it is.
The black creatures seem to be guarding this cage.
Don't give a shit. I just want to get through this nightmare. God, I haven't played this game since at least like 2006, 2007 maybe. Been a while. The music in this game kills me, you know? Because Sonic games, you know, the series is known for its music, you know? There's an argument to be made that music is the strongest individual quality that Sonic has. But this game's music is just bland from start to finish. Like, the only thing I can, besides like the vocal themes, the only like level themes from this game I can just remember or hum off the top of my head is Westopolis, because you have to play it a million goddamn times to access the last story, and Sky Troops, because that is the only level in this game that comes even close to having a catchy, memorable, recognizable theme. And it's fucking Jun Sonoue, you know, my favorite composer for the series, the goddamn genius behind the adventure, you know, the Adventures music.
Behold the
Like,
ultimate power.
what went wrong in this game? What happened to all that creativity he normally has, you know? Oh, gotta love the skin button. I do appreciate that it doesn't kick you out of chaos control over a location where you can die. You know? A lazy developer could overlook something like that, so. Which brings me to a point where people will say, you know, oh, it's not that bad, you know, it handles better than Sonic 06, which, I mean, yeah, it does. On paper, Shadow the Hedgehog is a perfectly functional game, not real glitchy. Controls aren't the best, but they aren't the worst. It's got all the scientific requirements to be considered a functional game. But that doesn't make it good, you know? Sonic 06 may be a glitchy, half-finished mess, but it's a glitchy, half-finished mess that functions and doesn't offend me to my very core. You know? It doesn't completely shit on everything the series stands for. I mean, yeah, it goes in a more anime-esque direction, but, you know, Sonic is a pretty Japanese series in a lot of ways. I can live with that, you know? Oh, thank you.
There it is, the Chaos Emerald.
We're almost, we got like, what, 2 levels left after this?
I found it, the 4th emerald.
This is my first time recording commentary for anything, and I watch a lot of commentaries, but I've never made one myself, and I gotta say, like, I can see how it's not easy. Like, playing and talking and trying to form a coherent thought at the same time, not easy. Okay, here's one of the few memorable tracks from this game, and go figure, it's an SA2 remix.
Everything. How can I take over the city and build the Eggman Empire if there is no city?
Gotta love Mike Pollock.
I'm at my limit. I have no choice. Send in the Eggman fleet. Charge!
I like the idea of a story. It's just, it sucks it has to be the Black Arms, but I like the idea of a story where, like, a larger... Okay, and now Black Doom's randomly hanging out to my bro again. I like the idea of a story where there's, like, a larger threat in the world, and, like, Eggman isn't necessarily the big bad guy, and, like, he kind of throws in with the good guys, kind of an uneasy alliance kind of thing. Lost World tried to do that, but Lost World's writing was shit, just like all the games with the writers since Colors.
Do these fools really believe they can stop?
Sky Troops is one of the few kind of cool levels in this game. I mean, it's still fucking Shadow the Hedgehog, and it's still drugged down by everything else. Oh, dude, that is totally... That's a still image, man.
Do not fear.
It's still drugged down by everything else that's wrong with this game, but Sky Troops is a cool level idea. Oh god, I got 3 left. Is a cool level idea in theory. You know, jumping across these ancient airships as these two fleets battle. You could absolutely make a cool level out of this. As a matter of fact, I think the first Sonic Generations mod I ever saw was Sky Troops for Generations Modern. It looks pretty good. I haven't checked up on it since it was in beta. I should look at that again. I haven't thought of that in a while. Random shot from nowhere. Oh, that reminds me. Shadow the Hedgehog was the first game was the first game to not have you lose all your rings in one hit. You lose 20 rings per hit, which later games ran with. It's one of the few things from Shadow the Hedgehog that managed to stick with the series. I think that's a good decision. Ow. It doesn't make a ton of sense. Like, guns that shoot fucking oh, I can't think of the word. Circular, spherical. Those stupid looking shots. You know, shooting fucking glow neon hula hoops. In theory, somebody could jump right through the center of that. Like, it makes no goddamn sense for a fucking shot from a gun to be shit. Hey, it's the one, worthwhile vehicle in the whole goddamn game. And it makes the same noise as Tornado, or not the Tornado, the Cyclone and the Egg Walker from SA2. Hovering doesn't work nearly as... Oh wow, got lucky there. Hovering doesn't work nearly as effectively as it does in SA2. I could probably sprint straight up this, but whatever. I don't give a fuck. God, this thing is slow. Why is this a thing? The only reason I can think of is they put it in here to do precision platforming, so Shadow handles like he's running around with butter on his feet on a goddamn griddle.
I wonder how my robots are doing. I've detected a high energy you need to destroy all the power sources.
Ow.
Back around.
Fuck you, Eggman. I won't do what you tell me.
From the old wall like access your way.
Oh yeah, right. There's melee attacks in this game. God, I can barely get close enough to him to use it without getting hit. Holy shit. This is fucking useless. Why is that even in the game? Just do a homing attack. Scripted loop sequence! You know, it's a shame that a cool level idea like this had to be wasted here. Honestly, the biggest... You know what? I'm gonna turn back on Eggman just because I like Mike Pollock so much. Not my favorite Eggman, I'm a Dean Bristow kind of guy. Rest in peace. Rest in spaghetti. He's absolutely still my ideal interpretation of the character. Like, if I could fucking go all necromancer and bring Dean Bristow back from the dead and have him voice Eggman now, I would totally do it. He died pretty young too. Like, young-ish for someone living in a first world country. I want to say he had a heart attack. I want to say he died in his 50s. I think it was maybe early 60s. He wasn't very old, anyway. Not for someone living in the United States with access to healthcare. I really hate Shadow's run animation in this game of Heroes.
Don't let them get
it's
away.
a lot less detailed than it was in SA2. He had his run cycle in SA2 had a lot of unique animations that gradually kicked, the way he skated changed as he sped up, and it was a good-looking animation. It made him come off as as graceful and in control. In this, he just has the one animation, and it's just really awkward and weird and dumb-looking. It sucks and I don't like it.
Behold the ultimate power.
I know that sounds really shallow and Ego Raptor-esque thing to say, but that's how I feel about it. It looks bad to me, and I don't like it. I went into this commentary saying that I wasn't going to go full Ego Raptor on this game. I would try to play it competently. I think the Game Grumps, or at least Aaron specifically, are very disingenuous. I've played Adventure enough to know from the way he was handling their DX playthrough that he was 100% doing that on purpose. I have never encountered that notorious loop-de-loop glitch from Emerald Coast in my life. A lot of flying sections in this game. You get a very Panzer Dragoon vibe from this. If any of you kiddies never play Panzer Dragoon for the Sega Saturn, you should. You can't fork out or have access to a Saturn. Try to play Panzer Dragoon Orta, the third one for the OG Xbox. Don't know if it's 360 backwards compatible, but still, you should give it a try if you can. It's a really good rail shooter.
You need to destroy all the power sources. Turn back around.
Woo! 2 left. I can see now why people do commentaries in groups more often. This definitely isn't easy, trying to say interesting things and articulate complex thoughts while I'm trying to play the game at the same time. If I am drinking and I keep doing this for like shit where I'm not just playing the neutral missions, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Like, there might be a lot of stretches of awkward silence when I get to that, because like I'm really not concentrating at all. I'm playing this shit on autopilot.
Huh? What the?
These shadow androids look like the game fucking glitched and it didn't load in all of his textures.
Who are you?
Like Shadow's N64 model.
Listen up, shadow androids. The Eggman fleet is strong, but those black creatures are a formidable
Okay, so I appreciate that you're trying to follow up on a plot thread from Sonic Heroes, you know, the ending of Team Dark, but this is like the shittiest way to do it,
Android?
you know?
Am I an android too?
There could have been a way for, Sonic Team to have their cake and eat it too. To give in to fan demand and bring Shadow back. Hey, Omega. I've got no idea who Omega's voiced by in 4Kids.
I know that.
Oh, fuck it. You're a precious little cinnamon bun. I'm not gonna swap to the neutral mission with you. But, yeah, Sonic Team could have had their cake and eaten it too. When it came to bringing Shadow back, they could have given in to fan demand and had Shadow back, but followed up on that plot thread from Heroes and had him be like a clone or a copy or whatever. So yeah, Shadow can still be back, but the original Shadow, the Shadow we knew from SA2 that sacrificed his life, was still dead, and you know that doesn't devalue his sacrifice. I don't know. I feel like that could have worked in the hands of a competent writer. Keyword competent. Sega wrote the book on bad writing, which I'm sure is itself very badly written. Melee weapons in this game kind of suck. I hate trying to use them.
Robot eliminated.
Hey, low poly me. Fuck off. Just throwing random rockets from their wrists. Forgot what a big a pain in the ass these guys are. Man, my frame rate is chugging. Fuck! I forgot what a pain in the ass these guys are.
Damn it.
Alright, let's not die here. Come on. Come on. Die now, please. Fuck off. Alright, I'm done. I'm out of here. Fuck this.
On. Continue assault during parachute descent.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Vital signs detected.
Hey! Looks like Bigfoot from SA2 got a haircut. Is there a gun around here? Sweet. Oh boy, this is gonna look ridiculous. Look at that. Look at that. That is so fucking ridiculous. They want us to take the story in this game seriously. And then they have shit like this. They're just like guns swinging all over the goddamn place. Like, how does that even work? Shadow is fucking Superman in this game, flipping over buses and swinging around giant Gatling guns like it ain't no shit. I guess I'll do this. Kind of pointless.
Enemy mech units repelled.
Probably do it faster if I just ran out there and killed them. Fuck this section. Bye!
A balloon descending.
Fuck me, right?
Damn.
Not here! Oh, so much for my
Balloon descending.
stupid looking gun. Probably would have been pretty effective if I'd actually bothered to use it. I do also appreciate that rings for lightspeed dash don't disappear if you collect them. Like, they're still there, but they're like transparent. That's a little something that would have been helpful in Adventure. Still doesn't make the rest of this game good.